Switch off your phones or turn them to silent. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the pre-event press conference for round 7 of the MotoGP World Championship for 2018. Before we start today, as I'm sure you're all aware, after a tragic accident that took place last weekend, FIM CEV Repsol Moto3 Junior World Championship rider Andreas Perez sadly lost his life. The thoughts of all of us here in the MotoGP family are with his family and those who were closest to Andreas. There will be no social media questions today. We ask you all now to honour a minute of silence in his memory. Thank you very much. Okay, here with us today for the pre-event press conference then for the Monster Energy Grand Prix of Catalunya are, of course, your World Championship leader, Marc Marquez, who at this circuit has a record of 4 Premier Class podiums, including 1 race victory in 2014. Valentino Rossi, 3rd in Mugello and now 2nd overall in the standings, with 13 Premier Class podiums here, and of those, 7 wins. Andrea Dovizioso, 2nd in Mugello, 4th overall, and the race winner here, of course, last year. Danilo Petrucci, 7th in Mugello and 6th overall in the standings. Cal Crutchlow, 6th in Mugello and 8th in the World Championship. Jorge Lorenzo, Mugello race winner with a record here of 6 Premier Class podiums, including 4 wins since 2010. And Moto2 rider Joan Mir, now back-to-back podiums in Moto2 and the current Moto3 world champion. We'll start with you, Marc. Obviously, a frustrating Grand Prix for you last time out in Mugello. If you could tell us a bit about that. I'm sure, though, you're looking to try and bounce back here for your home Grand Prix.
Yeah, of course, Mugello was a difficult weekend for us. Well, we know the problem a little bit, so we already forget Mugello because the morning time in Mugello we were very, very fast, but in the afternoon with the other front tire we were struggling a little bit. Well, we were struggling a lot, but yeah, I was not able to manage well on the right way on Sunday race. But anyway, here on the test 2 weeks ago, I felt really good. I felt constant. I know that it's not one of the best circuits for me, but even like this, I finished in the podium many times. I win a few races here with Moto2, 1 to 5, and one time MotoGP. So looking forward for the home GP.
And there's been so much news going around in MotoGP since Mugello, obviously, and one key move that I'd like to just get your thoughts on, of course, an end of an era for Repsol Honda, with Dani Pedrosa leaving, of course, your teammate since 2013, and Jorge Lorenzo coming in to join you.
Yeah, of course, will be a big change inside Honda. I mean, another teammate, another riding style. But even like this, I learned many things from Dani. When I come here 2013, he was riding the Honda so good, so I learned many things from him. But yeah, now Honda decide change the teammate. That is Jorge. So yeah. Will be in the future. Sure, we will try to learn many things from him because it's a completely different riding style. But yeah, happy that I'm inside on the team. So will be tough, sure to beat, but will be in the future.
Thanks very much, Marc. Moving on now to Valentino Rossi, of course, back-to-back podiums for you in MotoGP. A 3rd place in your beloved Mugello, but They are circuits that you get along very well at, and the Yamaha gets on well. Do you feel that this weekend is very important for Yamaha in general, based on the difficulties you had here last year?
Yes, for sure, because this is a track that I love, I like a lot. But in the last years, had a very different result. In 2016 was a victory. Last year was one of the most difficult race of the season. I struggle very much, and we didn't expect, especially from 2016. So after this race, after Evasen, but anyway, we start to have a lot of problem in the second half. We were not strong like we expect. So, like you said, it's important. Yes, the track changed a lot because it's changed the layout, but especially have the new asphalt. So a lot less bumps, like we saw in the test, and more grip. On the paper can help us for our performance, but we have to say, and will be very important to understand our level. Yes.
I just want to get your thoughts also on the move for Jorge, of course, your old teammate. Were you surprised when you saw the news that Jorge was moving from Ducati for next year, of course, to Repsol Honda?
Yes, a little bit. Yes, I mean because not no any rumors around. No, I think that they are very good to keep the secret, both side. And sincerely, I was not sure that Pedrosa continue with Honda Repsol, but this is just one idea. But I don't expect Lorenzo in Repsol. Yes, it was a surprise.
Okay. Andrea Dovizioso second in Mugello, which must have been quite a relief and a nice present for you after the previous two Grand Prix. Of course, for the championship, it was great as well. This is a circuit you like, the Ducati likes. You had a great win here last year. Do you feel confident that maybe you can close the gap to Mark some more here?
Yes, for sure. This is one of the best tracks in our championship. It's really nice to ride the bike here. Last year we did a really nice victory. But this year is a different story because there is a new asphalt, less bump. I think we have to work very well during the weekend to understand the tires, like every weekend, but even a bit more here with the new asphalt. I expect a lot of fast rider with the different bikes, but overall I have a really good confidence. In the last 3 races, I always fight for the podium and the victory, so this is really good. But every weekend is a different story. Every weekend, everything happens. So we have to keep calm and working in a right way, like we did in the last few races, for sure.
And what are your thoughts on next year? Of course, you're going to have an all-Italian team in the factory Ducati lineup with Danilo joining you.
I'm really happy. Another time, the factory Ducati teams is Italian, and I'm happy because I have a good relation with Danilo. I think he know a lot about our bike, and this is positive because we can work together to try to improve our bike. I'm happy, and there is some big change for next year, and I think this is good for our championship.
Andrea, thank you very much. Moving on now to Danilo. You always said it was going to be a dream of yours to race for the factory Ducati team, and it's going to happen in 2019. But firstly, if I could just get our thoughts back to Mugello firstly. You look like at one point you might be battling for the podium, but it never quite happened for you.
Mugello has been a very difficult race because after Le Mans, where I made the podium, and in Mugello last year I've been on the podium, so everybody expecting me even this year on the podium. We worked very hard. In qualifying I did a small mistake, but my start was really good. Then I have a contact with Mark. I go wide of the track, and then I try to recover as my best. And but I think my rear tire at 5 laps to go was very tired for the race. I push as my best, and my target was to save the tire, but I was in ninth position at third corner. So anyway, I did my best and I was happy about this. But for sure, I dream about an all Ducati podium till 5 laps to go, and was very special. But I gave my best, and I have no regrets about that race. So we are focused on this race now.
Your career has taken an extraordinary path, not like many GP riders, of course, from the World Superbike paddock and European Superstock thousands. Then when you came to MotoGP, you were on the Iota. Can you believe now that you are going to be, in 2019, a Ducati factory rider?
For sure was always my target, no? To be on a factory bike, even if I start like a last rider on the grid, because when I start racing in MotoGP, I remember of many races that I was last in free practice, last in qualifying, and last in the race. So I say the road to the glory is very, very far, and especially happy. But maybe that 3 years with Yoda helps me to don't give up, never. And then when I joined Pramac, I discovered that I was not so bad riding a bike, and so this pushed me to be here, and I think is a very good starting point for trying to win my first race, even if I hope it came sooner.
Okay, thanks very much, Danilo. We'll move on now to Cal Crutchlow. Cal, after the disappointment of Jerez and obviously the pain you suffered in Le Mans, I expect it was probably quite nice to be in podium contention again over in Mugello.
Yeah, Mugello Grand Prix was not too bad. You know, I aimed for the podium at the start of the weekend and I never got it. I finished 6th. But we have to be happy because in the end it was a very difficult race to manage. We tested there a couple of weeks earlier and felt fantastic, and on the race weekend with the tyre allocation it seemed quite difficult with us, for us with the Honda with regards to the track temperature. So to finish 6th, I was happy enough. It seemed difficult in the battle at the time, really difficult to pass. I was unable to pass just because of the risk of not finishing. So I thought taking the points and finishing the race was more important after a difficult weekend in Le Mans. I still managed to grab some points in Le Mans, but I think Mugello was a step in the right direction, and I hope to be aiming towards the podium this weekend in Barcelona.
Now, we all know that your future is, of course, still with Honda, but there's been all sorts of speculation across the year as to who may well take the Repsol Honda seat if Danny were not going to be there. What are your thoughts on Jorge Lorenzo joining in the Honda ranks for next year?
Yeah, I think Honda have played a very, very good card there. They've taken on a great champion and a guy with a lot of speed. But the same as probably everyone else in the paddock, the riders, the media, the fans. I'm as interested as anyone to see if he will adapt and be able to adapt to the style of the Honda. And as Mark said, it'll be great to have another guy in Honda that has ridden another manufacturer bike, because for the last 4 years, I think all the guys in Honda were always Honda riders except me. So you start to get some more information from somebody who's ridden the same as me, with it being the Yamaha and the Ducati, and now comes Jorge from there as well. He'll be able to bring some input to the table, I'm sure, and hopefully make Honda faster, over the season.
Do you have any advice for him at all? Obviously, you made the switch from Ducati to Honda.
He's a champion, he'll figure it out himself.
Thanks very much, Cal. We'll move on to the former champion himself then, Jorge Lorenzo. A magnificent win at last for Ducati and yourself, and then, wow, the bombshell on the next few days, which pretty much surprised the entire MotoGP paddock. How did you keep that a secret?
Well, just don't say anybody, no? It's easy. But my goal and my first priority, as you know, as I always say, was to stay in Ducati and to finish what I did, no? Was just till Le Mans that I realized that maybe Ducati wanted to swap me or to change me or to plan to put another rider, and then we started to plan another way into my future, no? But till Le Mans I wanted to win with Ducati races, if it's possible the championship. I won a race. The championship is not impossible, but next year, as you know, I will be competing with another manufacturer.
In terms of the challenge ahead, and I know there's still a long way to go this season, and you'll want to do the best you can for Ducati. There's a lot of people who have said that the Honda is even more difficult to ride than the Ducati. So what are your thoughts going into next season about that?
Well, everybody is looking at me from I entered in the World Championship when I was 16, no? And they understand, they know how fast I can be with a motorcycle, any type of motorcycle. I won with Derby. With Honda, I just stay 1 year into 50 and I get some pole positions, not a victory, some second places. In Aprilia I won races, in Yamaha I won races and championships. So sooner or later I have this capacity, this talent to go fast with a motorcycle. I work a lot of hours, millions of hours training, and I have this capacity. I think I know what I am able to do with a bike. For sure will be a difficult challenge, but this will be the future. I'm a person of the now, of the present. I don't look so much on the future. And now still I have a lot of things to do with Ducati, and I will do like everybody knows, like I did with Yamaha till the last race. I tried to win. I will do the same with Ducati, try to get the best for the team.
And finally, talking of the present, with that brilliant win that you had in Mugello, you must be feeling very confident coming to Catalunya, a circuit you have a great record at, and of course Ducati did so well last year with Andrea.
Yeah, we are living a sweet moment, no, with Ducati. The bike looks like have a very good package. We work a lot to try to improve the bike every month, and now looks a good package for all the Ducati riders. In our side, I think we got finally some pieces that help me a lot to keep the constant pace till the end, to save energy. And we arrived to a good track after a good test that we did 1 month ago here. So it looks like a good weekend for us, good sunny, but we have to go there and demonstrate it again.
Thanks very much, Jorge. Lastly, we come to Joan Mir, who also brought us some news this week. We wondered when it might be announced, and it has. These elite riders that you sit next to, it's going to become a regular feature for you. 2 years ago to this day, you were 8th in the Moto3 World Championship, and now you've signed a factory Suzuki contract for next year. It's been quite a couple of years for you.
Yes, well, I'm really happy to join next year in MotoGP. It's a dream for me. It's like nothing more like this. And well, exactly. If you say to me 3 years ago that I will be racing in MotoGP, I would say you are crazy, no? And well, I'm really happy about the progression that we are having till now. We are growing really fast, and we are adapting really quickly in different bikes and in Moto3 and in Moto2. And well, just hoping to continue in this line and to improve a little bit more here in Moto2 now. That is my priority exactly. And next year to learn in MotoGP, yes.
And in Moto2 at the moment, back-to-back podiums. It's going very well for you. That win just a few inches away.
Yes, this is the thing that we need, no? Now we are scoring a lot of points, podiums, but we need that victory, no? But step by step, we are working really good, and I hope that will come.
Joan, thanks very much. Gentlemen, thank you. That's it from me. Floor questions, please.
Kasper from Movistar MotoGP. A question for Valentino, another for Carl. Valentino, Danny said that his future is not decided. Would you like to see Danny in the Yamaha next year? For Carl, do you think in your inside that you deserve that Repsol Honda seat because of your contract with Honda, because of your races with the brand?
Yeah, today I saw a lot of people for the press conference of Danny. So he said he said that he finished, he stopped, and I was quite sad because I think he's one of the strongest in MotoGP, and sincerely speaking, a hard rival for me from a long time, from 2006. So I'm very happy if he continue. for sure. Is okay with Yamaha, or sincerely I don't know which are his option, but it's good for him and for the championship that to have Dani on the grid.
Yeah, for my situation, it doesn't change anything. I already had my contract with Honda. I'm very happy with my contract in Honda, and I'm very happy in the team I'm in.
Jorge, over here. Can you give us an idea of how the Honda deal came together? Who contacted who when it was signed? Because I think it surprised everyone in the media center when it was announced.
No, well, as I said before, till Le Mans, I just wanted, and I think we could continue together. But after Le Mans was clear from the outside. My feeling was that the probability that Ducati wanted to swap riders was huge. So then, together with my manager Albert, we started to think about some new projects, and I have to say that I make this approach, no? I make this approach, yeah. After Le Mans.
This question is for Mark. Mark, later on down the line in your career, does it intrigue you to go to try another manufacturer? You've been with Honda, you've had great success with Honda, but does it intrigue you to try another challenge, maybe, to go to another manufacturer in the future?
Well, it's what I say a few times, that you never know. I mean, if you ask now, I would say no, I will stay always with Honda because it's what I feel, and I sign 2 more years because I feel this. But you never know. I think that when you change to another manufacturer, it's because you need some extra motivation or you need to find something different. But at the moment, I don't need this. I'm happy where I am. I feel really good with Honda company. I feel that they respect me a lot, and this is something that more than the performance or the salary or something like this, if you feel a big respect inside a big manufacturer, this is the key.
A question for Joan Mir, and also for Mark. First for Joan. You've already only had 6 Moto2 races already, and you made your mind up quite a long time ago that you didn't want to spend a lot of time in Moto2. Do you think Moto2 is not a good class to spend, or a class where you can learn a lot? And also for Mark, you said, you spent 2 years in Moto2. I think you're the only other rider who's been in Moto2 among this group. Do you think that you can learn a lot in Moto2, and is it better to get out of Moto2 faster?
Well, I think Moto2, of course, is a category with a lot of level, and of course that you have to learn a lot. But there are a lot of things out of this that are the contracts in MotoGP that goes 2 years by 2 years, no? And you have to adapt a bit to this. And I also said that if in the beginning of the year and in the start of the year, that if I felt strong with the Moto2 in the first races, I wanted to go to MotoGP as soon as possible, and this was my opinion, and I think that is the correct way.
Yeah, looks like now it's more and more often that the riders are just 1 year in Moto2 and then go to MotoGP, or go as quick as possible to MotoGP. When I was there, I had another mentality. I mean, when I was 1 to 5, if I didn't get the championship, I don't want to move to Moto2. And when I was in Moto2, if I don't get the championship, I don't want to move to MotoGP. Was my way, because I feel like when you are ready is when you are champion, and then it's the best way to arrive in the next category. But this doesn't mean that you arrive more prepared or less. I mean, maybe Joan, for example, he moved to MotoGP. Of course, he will need time, but if you have the talent, sooner or later you will arrive.
Mark, a few years ago, I was in karting Vendrell training, and I saw a young guy there with a motorcycle helmet, and I asked who it was, and I said Marc Marquez, you know. And I saw you on the track, and actually you're going quite fast, you know. And last week you trained, you test with Toro Rosso. You said it was a dream that you to drive a Formula One car. You're quite young. You achieved already a lot in MotoGP, and we have seen in the past people like Agostini, Cecotto, Surtees were quite successful on 2 wheels and on 4 wheels. Do you think this is something that you could look at the future? Maybe, perhaps, if you get bored of 2 wheels, to look at 4 wheels?
First of all, when I was a kid, I chose 2 wheels, and I think I chose the good way. And you know, 4 wheels to have the experience. Yeah, it was very nice to drive in Red Bull Ring. Was so good because the progression was so quick, and the lap times also were not bad. But you know, one thing is one test in Red Bull Ring alone. The other thing is just imagine that me with Monaco will be more dangerous. But it's true. It's dangerous just to go out, so more. But no, was good the test, and I was speaking with Dr. Marco, and yeah, they start to joke if I want to move, if I will be ready for 2021. But yeah, they start to joke. Sometimes serious, sometimes no. But you know, at the moment, I prefer to stay in 2 wheels. I think it's my wall. The neck was there. The neck more than the corners was on the brake point. I mean, every time that I was braking, I was looking on my legs because I didn't have enough power. But well, it was a very nice experience, and I will repeat in the future. Thank you.
Joan, why is it Suzuki and not Honda if you actually had the chance to go to Honda?
Suzuki presents me a really good project, and was the one who bit harder, and this was the reason also I really wanted to go there for some reasons, and yes, was more for this because I felt that the bet of Suzuki was stronger, so it was for this.
A question for Dobby. Over here. Yes, after the victory of Jorge in Mugello, do you feel that he has turned into your major rival because he's your teammate?
As always, I mean, it's normal. The riders on your box is the first competitor, but like all the other riders in our championship. So we have to see how will be in the next round in a different track. For sure, in Mugello he did a really good race. He rode the bike in a good way for the condition we found in the race. So he did something very important compared to the other races. So we have to see here or in the next track, for sure.
Mark, I have a question for you. You said earlier on that it's going to be a big change in the Honda garage, and you also said that you were going to try to learn from Jorge. What kind of things do you think you can learn? Because after the last race, you said this is a bike that you have to ride very aggressively.
Yeah, but you know, when arrive another rider in your box, you can compare another riding style, another way to ride the bike. You know, I'm aggressive. He's so smooth. Cal also is riding the bike in the way aggressive. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how it works Honda with another style. And yeah, always is interesting to you. Sometimes from outside from the video you can see a few things, but when you have the data, then it's easier, no? But apart of that, you know, I know which is my way. I know that will be a strong teammate, and yeah, Danny was very strong since now. Cal is very strong, and the best thing for Honda is have a strong teammate for achieve the final goal, that is win the championship.
Lorenzo, last year Dovizioso win in the Mugello and start the road to fight to the championship. You win last weekend in Mugello. Do you think that you still have the possibility to fight for the championship this year?
Well, in motorcycle world, many times we saw incredible things in points. No? Riders who have 60 points of disadvantage or 70 points of disadvantage. recover all the points and win the championship. But it's very difficult, no? We just won one race. We don't know what we can achieve in the future. We arrive here in a track that I like. I won many times here with the Yamaha. We make a good test, and we are in a sweet moment. But we have to keep demonstrating. I think now I have all the ingredients to do it well. But MotoGP is now more than ever so close, no? So close. So the quality of the riders of the bikes is very high, and win races in a consecutive way like before is much more difficult.
Dovi, you are the fastest man on two wheels in a track since Mugello. Do you think that this speed of the bike here in a very long straight again can help you beat all the other riders?
I don't think it will be enough the speed we have in the straight to beat all the other riders, but for sure in some kind of track we can have a small advantage. Like I say in Mugello, now every bikes increase the power, so our advantage become smaller and smaller. But still, in some track where where we can exit with on third gear, like in Mugello or here, we can gain in fifth and sixth a little bit. It's always positive to have this advantage, but it's not enough to win the race.
A question to Mark and Jorge. Today it was impossible to know about the future of Danny. As far as you know, or as you can imagine, what will he do about his future next year? What do you think?
I don't know because everybody today was waiting some answer, but what I feel is that he will continue, and for continuing MotoGP with a good project, he have only one option, and everybody know which is this option. So, but it's what I feel. I don't know then.
Yeah, as Mark say, we don't know what can happen. What I saw today in the TV, he was looking quite calm and quite happy. So I don't think he's gonna retire, but probably it's a possibility. What we all hope, me included, is that he will continue, because I think he is one of the top 5 best class rider in the grid, and we will lose if he will not continue a great rider for sure, great champion.
Another question for Joan. Joan, when you decide to go to Suzuki, did you take in consideration the switch from Moto2 to MotoGP from Maverick?
Yes, was one of the examples. Yes, I mean Maverick was, I think, the one of the first ones to do it, or the only one to stay 1 year in Moto2, to start to do some podiums and some victories, and then to join to MotoGP, and yes, was a model. Yes.
Okay, that's it. The very best of luck to all 7 of you this weekend. If I could just ask you please to stand for the photos.